Hey guys, Josh the accent coach, back with more connected speech and everyday phrases. So let's get started. We were supposed to leave an hour ago. We were supposed to leave an hour ago. We were supposed to leave. See how quick I say we were? It's almost as if my lips never leave the W position in between the two words. We were, we were, we were supposed to leave, and rather than saying supposed to, I'm saying supposed. So I'm making that word into a one-syllable word rather than a two-syllable word. Supposed. And then, of course, reducing that vowel in the word to t. Supposed to. Supposed to. Supposed to leave. So leave gets a little bit of stress being the last word in that thought group. And it gets stretched a little. The vowel gets stretched. Leave. Leave. Supposed to leave. Supposed to leave an hour. Supposed to leave an hour. So we can hear that the vowel in the word hour gets really stretched. Leave an hour. Leave an hour ago. So that's clearly the focus word of the sentence. And we're linking all four of those words, consonant to vowel in each one. Leave an hour ago. Leave an hour ago. Leave an hour ago. We were supposed to leave an hour ago. Where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you been? Where the hell? Where the hell? Can you hear how short and weak the vowel in the word the is? We leave it with absolutely no breathing room between it and the word hell. The hell. The hell. Where the hell? Where the hell have you? So rather than where the hell have you, we're going to drop the H in have and we're going to reduce its vowel to hell live. Hell live. And we're linking it to the L from the word before it. Hell live. Where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you? Hell have you? So we're reducing the vowel in the word you to make it y, nice and short. And we're also linking the V from have to the Y in you. Hell have you? Hell have you? Hell have you been? Hell have you been? Where the hell have you been? We were supposed to leave an hour ago. Where the hell have you been? Sorry, I had to stop at the store on the way home. Sorry, I had to stop at the store on the way home. Sorry, I had to. So we're dropping the H in the word had. And if we're speaking really fast, then we're going to kind of almost meld all three of those vowels together. Sorry, I had. Sorry, I had. Sorry, I had. If you want to use Y consonants to link the vowels, that can be helpful, but you don't have to. As long as it comes out sounding natural. Sorry, I had. Sorry, I had. Sorry, I had to stop. So notice we're stretching the vowel in the word stop, and we generally stretch that vowel sound ah in American English. I had to stop at the store. I had to stop at the store. So rather than stop at the store, we're linking the word stop to at, and we're reducing the function word at to it. And we're holding the T sound, so it's not it, the, it's it, the, stop at the store, stop at the store. So we just flow right through those four words. And that's where our first thought group ends. So non-natives, you can pause after the word store to catch your breath so you can roll through the next thought group. On the way home, on the way home. Stop at the store on the way home. I had to stop at the store on the way home. So note, you can clearly hear the stress on the content words stop, store, and home. I had to stop at the store on the way home. So put it all together and we get, we were supposed to leave an hour ago. Where the hell have you been? Sorry, I had to stop at the store on the way home. And now here we have a completely unrelated sentence to the last dialogue, but that's fine because it's still American English and it's still connected speech. And I'm an accent coach, so we're just focused on accent here, how it sounds. This is the first time I've ever been to New York. This is the first time I've ever been to New York. This is the first time. This is the first time. So you can hear I'm cutting out the S in the word this. We don't really need it. We just need to extend the short I sound, the I sound. This. We could also say this is the, with the S sound. Both sound fine. But if we're talking really fast, then we're probably going to skip that S. And we might even skip the TH in the word the and replace it with the Z from the word is and link everything together. Like this. This. This, this, this is the first time. You hear? Once I sped up, it sounded like this is the, without the S from this and without the TH from the. This is the first. This is the first time. So rather than first time, we're going to drop the T in first and release the T on time. First time. First time. This is the first time I've ever been in New York. First time I've ever been. First time I've ever been. So non-native, you're probably going to want to pause in between the thought groups. So you're going to pause in between the word time and I've. But if we don't pause, then we're going to link the M from time over to I've. Time I've. First time I've. First time I've ever been. First time I've ever been. And you can hear we're linking the V from I've over to the vowel in the word ever. I've ever been to New York. I've ever been to New York. So I'm not saying been to, I'm saying binde with a D, but in reality it's a very, very soft D. And we can do that when we have the word to after an N. Been to New York. Been to New York. So rather than New York, we're holding the K sound since it's not followed by a vowel. So we get New York. New York. This is the first time I've ever been to New York. Or everything connected. This is the first time I've ever been to New York. This is the first time I've ever been to New York.